Welcome to the sensation. We cannot stand how excited we are that you jumped. You know what? You could have chosen any other person in the whole world to sign up with, and you chose your sponsor. Somehow, some way, we're all in the same family. You're part of Team Stretchy Pants, because we're all about stretching outside of our comfort zone. And some of you have a whole bunch of layers of amazing support. So tonight, today, whatever time you're listening to this, we just want to say hoo-ah to this amazing journey you are about to undertake. And just so you know, I'm Danette.
I'm Ken
Kroll. And we are, we're approaching our 14th year. This is 2019. So we're approaching our 14th year of Sensi. And I used to be a teacher. And if you would have told me 14 years ago that I'd be doing this and not teaching children, no way would I have believed you. But it's been an amazing blessing. And all I wanted to do was make a car payment. And now, both of us are retired from our real jobs. I retired from teaching about, 6 years ago. What did you do? Tell me a little bit about you, honey.
Well, it was before you, right? So
what's that mean? Before we met?
No.
Before PD?
No,
BD, BC, before Christ, before Jeanette, BD. Sorry, he retired before me.
So I retired from my regular job to do the Sensi job that we love to do. Probably 2 years before you did?
2 years, because he didn't love it.
I was a corporate business guy, did that for 25 years, was kind of ready to try something new and fresh. And so I was ready to move on, I think, from my career sooner than Danette was from her career. So I guess it's been probably 7-8 years now doing the Sensi thing. And then it took me a couple years to convince Danette that, that this was the thing we should be doing. And she could be doing her teaching part-time or volunteering in the schools is kind of what she determined was the best way for her to get her kid dose. And that's just been kind of how we've been operating for a while now. And it's been a wonderful experience for us, and an experience we hope to impart upon all of you as well.
Which is to bring us to your why is going to change. Your why, we like to say, this is our new thing now, is your why times 5. When you start, you have a different why. And then as you go, if you have 4 or 5 different whys out there, then it keeps you motivated. Because if you have one grandiose, believe me, like I said, I didn't anticipate this. I mean, some of you might have just joined because you got the best deal ever, and why not? You're getting a discount. Sweet, that's the best. So what we wanted to do was just give you an idea of how some of us have changed our why, maybe achieved a why, and some of the best practices that we have learned throughout all of our experience. So we have some amazing leaders that are going to share with us. We have Bonnie Hopper, Holli Libengood, and Michelle James. We're all going to take turns just sharing a little bit of what we know, and believe me, we don't know it all. And we're not going to go into details. The most important thing you can do is reach up to your sponsor first for more details if you have questions, and then your director and above. And you have such a great line or lineage of support. So don't ever be a stranger, and don't ever hesitate to ask anything. Okay, is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, this isn't just meant to be kind of a high-level overview and give you some idea and welcome you to the team and the Sensi family.
So without further ado, we're going to start off with Bonnie Hopper. Woo, woo, woo. Let's hear from you.
Hi, good evening. Some people call me Honey Bopper, and that's okay. I'm a director. I have team on our feet, spelled F-E-A-T, so we're out to make those feats happen. I'm a retired teacher also, but I wasn't tired. I wanted to have something to do, and I had received a gift for Christmas that was a Sensi gift. I didn't know what it was other than it said Sensi, and then I saw Danette's picture on the front of a newspaper, local newspaper, and I thought, oh my gosh, I better get that out and give it a try. It soon became my very best new item. So I called Danette. Long story short, I joined, and I've been in this business this August for 10 years. So here we go. I'm going to talk to you about launching yourself in your fun Scentsy business with a bang. All right. And where are we headed with this? By the end of the mini section that I am going to do, you'll be able to describe what you should do right after you join. Yeah, right after you join. As soon as you click that button, you'll be able to list the Scentsy Awards following 15 days in the business and 70 days in the business. You'll be able to shout out 6 or more types of events you can do to earn PRV. You'll be able to describe how to find the Scentsy standards on your workstation. Whew. You'll be able to tell what SFR stands for, when and where it is. You'll be able to list annual awards and incentives for which you can qualify. You'll be able to list 4 resources of support that's going to help you with your business. And you'll be able to describe 2 ways you can get customers and probably get people to join your team. Sounds like a lot to take in, but I'm going to talk fairly fast, so you're going to have to listen fairly fast. Just don't get overwhelmed. So you join. Now what's going to happen? Well, first thing I would do is jump up and down and celebrate, because you just did what a lot of people aren't doing, but probably you're going to wish that they had with this $15 join. You're going to go look at your personal website. You're going to play on your workstation. You're the owner of a small business now that's really big into relationship building. So you're going to be doing that. You're going to shout out to the world, to everyone, and you're going to get going right away. First thing you want to do is find a calendar that you can use, and it's going to be yours and nobody else's, because you need to schedule, yes, but for your kit, you need to schedule 3 launch parties. So what could that be? Well, maybe you're going to do an open house for your neighborhood or your family. Maybe your mother or mother-in-law or your sister, your auntie or whatever are going to do a party for you. I really like open houses, because to me, I like talking one-on-one to people, especially when I don't know too much about the business, like I didn't know when I first started. And oh, did you know Rich Dad, Poor Dad, author Robert
Did she freeze on your guys' end? Oh, she's talking about Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, this is so real. Isn't this a beautiful thing? We have no control over technology. So when Bonnie comes back.
Or the weather, because we're having some harsh
that's
weather.
That's what it is, it's the weather.
Yeah.
So Bonnie is talking all about our super fun launch, how to share your excitement, how to start off with a bang, and we're gonna come back with her, okay? So when we see her pop back in, but until then, let's hop over to Michelle James and hear a little skinny from her.
Hi, so I'm Michelle James, and I have been selling Scentsy for 8 years now in February, and our team is the Wickless Wonders of the West. I joined simply because I was in love with candles and wanted to do something safe. So that's really why I joined. And what we're going to talk about is sharing and show presentation. Basically, we want to get you guys out there right away to start booking parties, and basically we don't want to tell people, can you host, will you host, when can we get together, let's get a barbecue, those kind of offers. I know Bonnie was talking about open houses. That's how I like to do mine, is do a open house right away, get some scents under everybody's noses, because that is what we're about, is a fragrance company. So the other thing is barbecues. I like to have barbecues, and I'm never afraid to take my scents with me. And another good way is to have a bag party with all of your, I'm not going to tip them out, but all of your testers inside. So having a bag party, people call them pouch parties. I like to carry all of our scents, even our scents of the months. That will come on down the line. The other thing is everybody gets their hair done, their nails done. I always have catalogs and testers in the salons that I visit. What else? The other thing is to ask people about not when they can host, but basically what kind of warmer or what product in our catalog is something that you would like. Let's get you that product. Texting and social media is the biggest thing right now. Don't be afraid to share it. Show your excitement on this. I have no problem texting my friends and asking them if they want to place an order or come over and sniff. I'm losing it. Sorry. So
I have a question though, Michelle, because you're so natural at it. What are some of the things that you do say when you text and you put on social media? We would love to hear how you do that.
So basically, when I'll go live. Like tonight, we're going to go live and show a product unveiling of some new products. And then I have Disney, since we're associated with Disney, I have a ton of Disney fans. We also, but my verbiage basically would be like, hey, like, you know, I don't have any Scentsy near me, sorry. My laundry fans, people who like the other products, but I will basically show like live what I do with my products, simple as changing your wax, showing our new scent of the month. You know, we get our flyers in here, so I know it's backwards, but I like to go live and show our new warmer of the month, our scent of the month. I don't like to use just basic images. I like to go live. Hey, Bonnie's back.
So when you say go live, you mean Facebook Live?
Facebook Live, and that was the other thing too, was like having your own like VIP group, a personal page where you can go live and not blast all over your personal page, because everybody gets tired of seeing Scentsy. So I have a personal website, a personal group on Facebook.
So it's a Facebook group where you invite your friends.
My friends, my family, and anybody, all my customers. So obviously, as they get customers, everybody, you can add them
into your VIP group, and then
yes.
That's where you'll do your Facebook Live, sharing them kind of how you're using Scentsy products. Okay, that makes good sense.
Sorry.
Yeah, good idea.
Can I just
that idea?
That you're not comfortable with getting up in front of people, because I'm not. You have to find things that are comfortable for you, and they're going to work. Social media is fantastic, and so is, like, I do bingo parties all the time because I don't like people staring at me. And so you have to find something that works for you. And there's so many ideas out there. It doesn't have to be bingo parties or open house or something like that, but there's so many options for different types of parties, themed parties, that kind of stuff too.
And so you're hearing all kinds of ideas that have been shared by Michelle and Holly and Bonnie. There is, on your training center, on your Scentsy workstation, there is videos on how to do all of these things you're hearing about. If you go out and do a search on YouTube, you will also find videos of Scentsy consultants sharing how to do a basket party. How would I do a bingo party? How would I do a fundraiser? How would I do an open house? How would I do, you know,
and that is
those types of things. There's all kinds of tools and trainings that will show you specifically the step-by-step of how to do any of these things.
And you can't hear that enough, right, Bonnie? Do you want to pick up where you left? Let's hope we keep you with the weather that is such where you are.
You want me to pick up right where I left off? I think I talked about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Did you hear that? Okay. All right. So we're back with you and what you're going to do before your kit arrives, and you're going to schedule those 3 PRV generating parties that you're going to have of some kind.
What's
also,
PRV?
Personal retail volume. Did nobody explain that?
No, you're first.
Let me explain that. Personal retail volume is pretty close to the dollar amount that's listed in the catalog, but with our licensed products and our cause products, there are fewer dollars. So you just have to watch when you input your orders so you learn how much is decreased from that PRV from that. And always look at that bottom line when you enter an order. Once you are completing it, look at that PRV to see what it is so you're aware.
And especially those of you in region 2 and 3, not the same as it is in region 1. So we always refer to all of our points, all of our values, all of our rank advancements by PRV. You'll become very familiar with it. You have time. Okay, carry on.
Well, generically speaking, PRV is just your sales.
Your sales. Yeah, there you have it.
There are some little incremental elements that come into play when you're factoring it in for rank advancing, or when you're factoring it in for being active in a month, or for your free shipping and things like that. So you'll learn all of those as you go.
Now, in the meantime, when you're doing all these 3 parties that you're doing, if you happen to sell $500 PRV or more in your first 15 days, then you have qualified and earned the Shooting Star Award. And day 1 is your first day. That day that you click the button and say you're going to join, that's your first day. And for the Shooting Star Award, you have the option of purchasing $300 worth of Scentsy for $200, and you get PRV for it. And you don't have to purchase it right away. You can opt to purchase it later. Sell $1,000 worth, oh my gosh, and some people do that right away, and you promote from essential consultant to certified consultant, and you automatically get a pay raise for the rest of your life with Scentsy. It's a big whopping deal. Now, you didn't just come this far to come this far. So in your first 70 days, you can also qualify for another S kind of award, and that's Sensational Start. At level 1, if you get to $1,500 PRV or $500 and 1 new enrolled consultant that becomes active, and active means $200 worth in that 70-day period that you are trying to meet, then
active is 200 PRV, not necessarily dollars, because we have different regions.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 200,
We'll get it.
200 PRV, and it cannot be a reinstater. And you also have to complete the first things first list. Then you can earn $50 product credit. You can earn a Sensational Start pin and a certificate of achievement. Okay, so this PRV term, what in the world am I going to do this? So we already talked about open houses. I like open houses because when I started, I didn't know a darn thing about Scentsy, so I was only making a fool of myself in front of one other person instead of a whole audience of them. And I learned really quickly where the bundle and save pages were because some of my customers knew before I did. A home party is usually the best generating PRV party that you can do because what I call a feeding frenzy happens. So these people come to your party, typically women, but not always, and oh, that smells good. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, I want that. Oh, what did she say? And on and on and on. It becomes a feeding frenzy and everybody's got to get it. And so the PRV value just goes up and up and up. We can also do basket, pouch, sack, bucket. Go to the dollar store. They're our best friends to come up with something that you can put your items in. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is a basket party, and I just went literally with a basket. Here's information for the customer. Here's information for the host, and then I just do scent samples, and I like to put what goes in each bag, and here are the catalogs and the order forms, and then usually I put in the scent of the month warmer, the month flyer too. Here is a pouch, I guess you would call it, that you could do a party in and drop it off with people at their work, or drop it off with them and they'll take it to work for a week or so. What if you took in a popcorn basket and a bag of popcorn? Yeah, I know, I already opened it to sample it to make sure it wasn't bad. Take your catalogs and things in here. Makes it kind of fun in a bag of popcorn so they can nibble while they shop. All of these things can happen. Just go and look. You can do a catalog party. Let's say you don't have enough scent samples. Do a catalog party. Just send in catalogs. Maybe you've got those rub and sniff stickers that you can stick in some strategic places in the catalog and put in some order forms. You can do an online party. You can do a Facebook party, set up a live party. You can do, there are places on our website where you can do the links so people have links to it. Do your own flash sale and look at our clearance section on our personal websites. Do a text party. Have your host do a text party where she texts all of her friends, give them a time period. Here's the link. Do a fundraiser. Oh my gosh, with summer, we have all sorts of teams out there that could probably use some money to get uniforms or whatever. You've got cheer groups. You've got, maybe you have a cause that you're really passionate about and you want to go out and fundraise for that. Or you can collect random orders. And then there's always the mystery hostess with the free and half price. Oh my gosh, that's a whole different thing. Well, geez, I'm telling you a whole lot, aren't I? What if I forget? Well, then what? Well, if I don't understand something, can already mention to you, go to YouTube. Just about anything you can think of, just type it in and it's going to blast out for you. Facebook groups, you name it. There's a Scentsy Facebook group for just about anything you can think of also. And of course, your sponsor. your upline, your director, and so on. We often say you're in business by yourself, but you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself, because we're family. Now, how in the world do you know what you can and what you can't do with Scentsy? It's called Scentsy Standards, and it's very easy to find, and I urge you to take a look at it. And all you have to do is go in the upper right-hand corner in that search box and type in Scentsy Standards, and it will pop up for you. Probably is a good 30-minute read, but it's well worth your time, because there you're going to find all sorts of reasons, or not reasons, but things that we can and cannot do. For instance, no retail. We cannot sell retail. We can't take things to a store and sell them products there. We can take a basket party there. That's different. We can't sell on secondary websites like Mercari, eBay, Craigslist, and all the others that keep popping up. We can't advertise personal specials unless we're face-to-face with someone or communicating with them one-on-one, like emailing, texting, or PMing, and the like. Scentsy wants all of the consultants to be on the same level playing field, so they have some restrictions to these kind of things, which really is for the best of all of us. Oh my goodness. Have you heard about our biggest, funnest, most educational, business booming, exhilarating, life-changing event of the year? I'm just about to tell you about it. It's called SFR, and it stands for Scentsy Family Reunion, and it's in Austin, Texas, y'all. And it's going to start July 31st and end August 30th, and you're all invited to come. You people that joined in May, oh my gosh, you get to register for $99 on site, providing you sell 1,000 PRV by July 31st. Probably better if you can do that. So here's what happens at Scentsy Family Reunion. Well, at least 8,000 of us or so gather in a big old convention center. We listen to top-notch national and international speakers with cutting-edge ideas. We attend an expo where there are all sorts of booths set up that lend themselves to business booming for us. We have entertainment. We meet so many people, and bonding is beautiful, you know. We get to see all the new fall, winter products, and we might even get to take home one or two of them. Free stuff? Yeah, it will happen. There's a whole lot of shaking going on there, and we hope that you join us there. Some of us are extending our extending our visit there, and we're going to go south one day and visit the oldest dance hall in Texas, in Green, Texas, and the next day we're going up to see what Chip and Joanna Gaines have going on at Magnolia Farms, and you can go with us there. Just let us know. We've got some incentives. Oh my gosh, Scentsy treats us like royalty, and they get downright serious when they offer fantastic incentives to us. And this year, this past August through January, we all worked to earn points by selling, by rank advancing and sponsoring, to earn several different levels. The first one was free registration for SFR, Scentsy Family Reunion. The next one was Marco Island, Florida. 4 days at an all newly remodeled JW Marriott, smack dab on the beach, where we can have a lot of fun, and it's just going to be for Scentsy people, all expenses paid. The top 100 people got their choice of going to either Marco Island, Florida, Montreux, Switzerland, or New Zealand, down under, all expenses paid with a guest. How can you beat that? Our current incentive is the Slingshot BC or shopping spree. And oh my goodness, level 1 is so doable for all of us, and that includes you newbies too. You just have to, by July 31st, sell 1,000 PRV and sponsor one person who also sells 1,000 PRV and becomes certified, again by July 31st. For that, you will receive the fall winter new season scent sales kit. Oh my gosh, a money saver. A special warmer and 500 points toward the fall winter incentive, which will be announced at SFR, and I'm sure it's going to be grandiose. There are other levels too for which you can qualify, and let me just say the words Nike, Marriott, Apple, or Tiffany. And we will know, once again, by the end of SFR, that's about the last thing that they announce for us. So we have achievements that are recognized and celebrated at SFR, and here are some for which you can qualify and walk the stage, because walking the stage is a big deal. Sensational start, 3 Sensational Start Level 3 earners walk the stage. Annual mentors walk the stage. And an annual mentor means that you've sponsored 14 or more new consultants, not reinstators, but new consultants between May 1st of this year and April 30th of next year. And you earn $25 for each one that promotes to certified, and you earn $50 for each one that promotes to lead or higher. There's also another annual sales award. Again, the same qualifying period, May 1st of this year to April 30th of next year. And if you sell 30,000 PRV, you get $1,000 bonus from Cincy. Oh my gosh. Yep, they pay when we play hard. Now, also other things for which you might walk the stage is the director walk, the superstar director walk, the star director. And I said that out of order: director, star, superstar director walk. Also, people that have been 5 years in business, 10 years in business, and 15 years in business get to walk the stage, and everybody claps and cheers and yells. It's really fun. We really hope that you start in working on incentives such as the shooting star, as well as the sensational start level. So now that you're all excited to get going, how in the world are you going to get customers, people that want to join your team? Well, I've got a couple ideas for you. Just take a deep breath, and here are two tried and true ways that you can do it. Number one's called a list of 100. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of paper. I would say a notebook, not a single piece of paper. It's too easy to lose. But just write out everybody's name that you can possibly think of that you know. It's going to take you some time. You're going to work on it maybe every other minute. You're going to work on it several times during the day, weekly, monthly, and then after some time you're going to redo it, and you're going to just up it into the current time that it is. The other way you can do is just take a piece of paper, and I like to take it landscape wise, and you're going to make 8 or 10 boxes, whatever you have room to do. And these are going to basically be your headings, and then you're going to do at least 10 lines down below. In each of the boxes for your headings, write down things, for instance, family, coworkers, neighbors, friends in town, church friends, out of town friends, workout friends, college buds, high school friends, grade school friends, just things like that. Just make headings, and then below each heading you're going to start adding names, because these boxes are going to trigger your brain to come up with a lot of different names. Keep these lists, because you're going to refer to them, you're going to add on to them, you're going to update them, you're going to make notes from them and all. So there you go. You should have all sorts of customers to contact that might want to party with you, might want to order with you, and might even want to join your team. So in review, quickly, we've talked over a lot of exciting things that are going to help you get your business off and going. We talked about what you're going to do before your kid arrives. Remember, 3 events you're going to try to schedule right away. Your awards that are applicable to your first 15 days as well as your first 70 days. We talked about the kind of money-making, generating events that you can do. There was a long list of those. We talked about where you can find Cincy standards and why it was important that you read those. We talked about SFR. Do you remember what it stands for? Do you remember where it is? Do you remember the dates at all? We went through the annual awards and what you can do to walk across that stage. We talked about incentives. We talked about support and the list of 100, as well as your family tree. In closing, congratulations on your new business. You're going to be thrilled with it, especially if you work smarter and not harder. Welcome to the family. We're glad you're here, and we love you.
Okay, so now that Bonnie went over all of that, I'm going to get back to talking about invoices. So it's very important for us to fill out. I know it's hard to kind of see, sorry, but we want to make sure we get information. We need a name, we need a number, and an email. Why an email? Because then our monthly newsletters go out. It also will automatically email about certain specials that we're having, and you can customize that. But that's a whole nother story there. So invoices are big. That's between you and the customer. This doesn't go to anybody else. But the main thing I always like to highlight, the information and give them a sample, showing them how to exactly fill everything out. Because it is hard when you're putting in orders at 11 o'clock at night and you don't have their 3-digit code. So again, invoices are a big thing, and that also you can write little notes on there, you know, the lady that likes cats. So hey, some special comes out about cats, or anyways, certain sense. It gives you a history, not only just it's in your workstation, but you have it on paper and you hold on to these. The other thing to start sharing about your business is making samples. We have so many awesome groups now on Facebook, and I make samples. Basically, you can print everything, and we have to have exactly what this is. So I like to make fun little shapes, little hearts, and it's enough to kind of, you can smell it through the bag, but this is newborn nursery. So it's just enough to give them a little taste. And I like to carry, not during the summer around here in California, but I like to carry some samples around in my purse. The other thing is little samples of room sprays. It's something different. We're not all about wax. So carrying samples around. I also like to carry in my purse scent circles. If I'm out at a restaurant, it has my business card on there, and basically leaving that with a tip, you know, and thanking them and for the service, and asking them, talking to them about it too, if they've ever heard of Scentsy. Don't be afraid to start up small talk. I obviously, you can see, get nervous talking in front of people, but now that I'm 8 years in, I'm trying to talk about it more and not be so afraid about it. Also, another way to share is advertise on your car. I like to put, I have a sticker on there. Basically, it gives my website and my phone number. I try not to drive crazy so people don't call me. But anyways, advertise. And, you know, again, not everybody knows what Scentsy is. The other thing I want to talk about is your personal website, PWS. So it's so overwhelming, I know, but basically to set up your personal website, you're going to go to your workstation and go to account, click down there, and it'll show you how to set up personal website. That is the biggest thing. I have to say, I like to update mine. There's a story on there. Tell them, because it's always boring when you click on somebody and you haven't set up your story. So don't lie. I mean, just tell them exactly why you started. Basically, I started because I wanted something safer in our home instead of a candle. My husband does volunteer firefighting. It would be embarrassing if our house burned down because of a candle. So anyway, so set up that personal website. It is important because when you do the online parties, as we've all talked about, or most of us anyways, there's a link. You can copy and paste that link to that party. So that links them back to your workstation or the website where they can order from if they are not local to you. I've actually reached out, one of my good frontlines. She's been a customer for several years, and she signed up and didn't even know her. We went to the same high school. She was years ahead of me, but she is one of my best frontlines, and she's over on the coast. So we started talking about that. That is how I signed her up, and she just kept ordering. So now, what else are we going to talk about? My papers fell, but sharing everything that, like I said, making the samples. You don't have to make them all cutesy. You can kind of shave them, make little bags, but make sure you label them correctly, because we don't want these just sitting out ruining anything and, you know, kids thinking they're candy. I like to do the, you know, it's to heat, not to eat. If I don't make these labels, I make little cute sayings. The other thing is, like Bonnie was talking about, the basket parties and the pouch parties. Those are big. A lot of us don't have time to go do parties. I don't attend home parties anymore. But if a friend wants to do one, I will offer up my own home and set up everything for them. I know Ken and Danette have a great spot for it. So offering your home, I mean, it's not that hard. And let's see, what else can we talk about? We did talk about making yourself a VIP group. We have one so that we can go live and also go over any kind of new products that we have. Questions, I kind of play a little few games, get interaction with my customers. But the main thing is to get that fragrance in their home. And a lot of the customers like to chit chat back and forth in there. So we talked about setting up your personal website, making that personalize it. I mean, you want to get to know your customers. And the other thing is, it's $10 a month. I don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know Starbucks and Dutch Brothers, you can buy 2 of them and that's your website right there. So $10 a month, it's well worth it. And, you know, we have Monster Mash sales, all these, you know, awesome things that you can't do if you don't have a personal website. I'm trying to think what else, you guys. I think that's all that I know.
I'm Holli Libengood. I've been with Cincy for 13 years. My team is the Unmatchables. I'm just going to play off of Michelle a little bit there. So your personal website is huge. It's absolutely huge. Cincy puts together a newsletter for us every month. We don't have to do anything. Yes, you can customize it, but we don't have to do anything. You can go in, put your contacts in, and they automatically send it out for you. Any specials that are coming up, sales, Cincy's sending out that newsletter for you. There's also, if you don't have a personal website, you can't sponsor anyone. You have to have that website for them to go to sign up. And you can have online shoppers, which is huge, because if you're just starting out, people are looking for you. So you need to have that website. And I know you have it for the first 3 months when you sign up, but don't let it go, because it's so, so important. And like Michelle said, 2 cups of coffee, 2 Big Macs, I don't know. It's so worth it. You have to do it. So huge thing is the personal website. Cincy gives us so many tools to build our businesses, starting right from the beginning. There is an app that we have. It's called Maven, and it's free, but why would you want the free when you can have better? They have so Maven is a follow-up program, which is huge for your business as well. And it links, if you have the subscription to it, not just the free version, it links right to your website and feeds in all of your orders. And you just get this to-do list on your phone, like follow up with Michelle because she ordered 3 weeks ago, or send Annette a hello because you haven't talked to her for a while. I don't think about those things all the time. So Maven is absolutely huge. There's a 30-day free trial, and it has been a game changer for me because I still do work full time. I have 2 kids at home and a husband, and I'm just crazy. So I have to keep myself organized, and Maven helps me with that because I get an alert on my phone and I'm like, oh, I don't want that pineapple on there, and I have to fix it. So it's been huge as far as follow-up. Their little symbol is a pineapple, by the way. But other things to help me get organized, which I wish I had done sooner in my business, is mileage trackers. Get a bank account. I mean, that's one of the first things you should do, is get your own business bank account. Treat this like a business if that's why you joined. If you joined just to have fun, that's great too. But if you joined it for a business, treat it like a business. There's mileage, like I said, mileage trackers. There's expense trackers. I have a binder that I use all the time. And I actually have an envelope clipped to the front of it where I put all my receipts, any expenses, I write all over the envelope. By the end of the month, it's garbage, but it helps me keep track of what I'm doing. And my binder is huge too. And I love my Cincy binder that you can get from the store because it has like where you set up your goals for the month. I'll try and hold it up here for you to see. But it literally, you have to set your goals every month. If you want this to be a business, you need to go in and make your business plan. Set some goals for yourself, and they don't have to be huge to start. Be realistic. Be you. And we're all different. We all have different goals, and we all have different ways of doing things. That's why when Michelle was talking earlier, I said, I don't like to do home parties. I do bingo parties, which are still at home, but it's different than everybody watching me. Everyone's interacting and everybody is paying attention because they want to win the prize. And there's so much training on your workstation. So you have a personal website and a workstation. And make sure you understand that they're two different things. Your workstation is going to be your best friend. It's got everything that you need. Your training, your frequently asked questions. They provide, Cincy has done a very good job of giving us a foundation and the tools to build our business and be successful. There's also a Cincy Family Store, which is for branding yourself. Brand yourself. People aren't going to know you sell Cincy if you don't tell them you sell Cincy. Whether branding is your car, whether branding is your kids. I mean, they have backpack stuff for your kids. Just make sure that you're branding yourself and telling people you sell Cincy. Whether it's social media, your car, your friends aren't going to know you sell Cincy if you don't tell them that you sell Cincy. And I'm not saying blast your Facebook page. I'm just saying put a post out there. Hey, I just started this new business and I need your support. Because people want to help you, but they're not going to help you if they don't know that you sell Cincy. And how are they going to know? You have to tell them. Brand, brand, brand. And Michelle talked too about your personal website and telling your story. Make sure that you put your picture on your story. I have my picture on my business card because if people can't see you, I mean, a business card's a business card. With your face on it, they're going to put a face to the name, and it becomes so much more personable and easier to build a relationship. I know there was more things that I'm supposed to talk about, but I think that that's really the big deal is your personal website is huge. Make sure you start out like a business if that's your intention, and get yourself organized before it's such a chaotic mess that you don't know how to get organized. Start with simple systems that work for you. What works for me might not work for Danette, might not work for Bonnie. Make sure it works for you so that it's manageable. Because if it gets crazy, then you're going to get discouraged. And that's not a good thing. So get yourself organized, start off on the right foot, and go to your team pages on Facebook. We have Danette has a great team page. I think all of us have team pages underneath Danette's team page. So go to those Facebook pages, and there's huge resources there. YouTube is a huge resource as well. And again, the Cincy Training Center. There's a ton of Maven stuff on the Cincy Training Center. So if you have questions on Maven or what it does for you, besides the follow-up system, you can actually send messages to your clients through Facebook too. You just have to go in and put your contacts in, and you can send messages to your customers, and you can post to Facebook from Maven. So it's a huge, huge tool that Cincy's helped us get. And can you think of anything else I need to talk about? Anyone?
I think that I love the idea of branding yourself, because your brand is your personality. It's not just what we physically can see, what we can physically touch, but by branding ourselves, you are putting yourself out there to be your own authentic self, which was a beautiful, oh, such a brown noser. He's wearing a Cincy hat. Because people do ask about it, but this is how you could look at it. And whether you decided to be casual, you just wanted Cincy for a discount, that is awesome. That is so great. But let me just say to you, do not take this business potential for granted. You did not have to start your business for $150,000 to $200,000 like a brick and mortar company has to start. But I promise you, Ken will promise you that the upside potential is just as big, if not bigger. You will make doctor's income if you put in the hours initially, because you're going to get paid for the work that you do.
In the education.
And you're basically getting paid to learn, because we all are getting paid to grow. And the more you work, the more you're going to earn. And so that is a beautiful thing for you to look at. So when you think about whatever reason you join for, there is never anything holding you back from whatever it is that you've aspired to do, except you. You're going to be the only one holding yourself back. Because within our team of stretchers, I'm telling you, you are never alone, and you're never going to have to start from scratch. And like Holly said, it's so important that you put yourself out there, label everything. Make sure when people think of you, they know, by golly, they can get their Scentsy from you. Even if you're just doing it for your own hobby or whatever, people in your friends and family circle, they're going to want to be loyal to you first. So let them know that you just started your Scentsy business. And why not take advantage of the perks of owning your own business, whether you started for building an empire, or if you just started because you just wanted to be a little kidnapper, we call it. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah.
I did forget to mention that too. So I didn't start Scentsy to have a business, right? And we've talked about that a ton of times. I didn't realize the potential at the beginning. And I, for the first 3 years, didn't do anything. And now, like, do I have to do income disclosure thing? I'm not giving a dollar amount, but Scentsy makes my house payment. I don't have car payments, and I wouldn't have any of that without Scentsy. And I know that, I mean, for some people that's not a huge deal, but it makes my house payment every month, and so much more than that. And I didn't realize at the beginning where it was going to take me or what it was going to do. So if you did start to be a kidnapper, treat it like a business. It's a business.
And I think you're the true example of, you get out of it what you put into it. So if you treat it like a little side hustle or a little hobby, you're going to make side hustle hobby money. If you treat it like a business and like a I hate to use the word job because this is supposed to be fun too, then you're going to get more of an income out of it. So, but it's also like you're starting a new job, so you need to learn some things too. So there's a learning curve. We've thrown out a lot of acronyms. We've thrown out a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts in this discussion right here. And so it's up to us to invest a little bit in knowing more about our new business that we're starting. Granted, we're blessed with being able to start it for such a small amount of money, but that doesn't mean we should limit the amount of investment of our time, our energy, and our knowledge to grow, to become really good at doing a business like this, because the potential return from that investment is substantial, as we have all experienced.
So as we let you go, make sure you announce yourself on team pages. Our team page is Team Talk, and everybody within the Stretcher family is in Team Talk. And then some of you are blessed because you have awesome leadership support and other pages. So you cannot be more rewarded with knowledge and resources out there as long as you put yourself out there.
Don't be afraid to ask.
You gotta ask. But as we let you go, you got testers in your kit, no matter what kit you got. So our advice is to treat those testers, whether they're in a pouch, whether you make them in a cute basket, whether you put them in a cute bag, whatever you do with them, treat them like a hot potato. Because the only way you're going to make sales is if those are under people's noses. So you don't want to keep them very long. So as soon as you get them, get the orders, get rid of them, put them under somebody's nose, get yourself out there, because we want to see you walking the stage at an SFR. Any other thoughts from any of us? You can all chime in.
I just wanted to share one thing that I'd love to hear what the rest of you have to say. So I know what the first 70 days, I think it was Bonnie or Michelle shared about the Sensational Start Awards. So it's your first 70 days as a brand new Scentsy consultant. And Scentsy has developed this program, this process, I guess I would call it, where they will send you a periodic email, and there will be a nugget of knowledge of what to do, or a video to go see or go watch, or whatever There's different things within different emails that you're going to get over your 70-day start period as a new Scentsy consultant. That is best practices of how Scentsy consultants have successfully started Scentsy businesses. So you want to pay attention to those emails that you're getting, the links that are within those emails, the videos that those links go to, and the information that's provided there, and embrace it. And if you have any questions about it, ask on one of these Facebook groups.
Ask your
these team
sponsor
pages.
first, and then go to your team pages.
Ask your team pages, ask your sponsors about it, ask your director about it, and so forth. But really embrace that information that Scentsy sharing with you, and then apply it. And then you're going to learn and grow as a person, which we have seen happen to anybody who's become a Scentsy consultant, because it's not just about making money, it's about the journey of self-empowerment that comes with it.
About making a difference, whether it's for yourself, for your family, or for others. And so that checklist, you guys, you can't rank advance without that bad boy. It's so simple. Get your checklist done. All right then. So please don't be a stranger. If you have something else to do, either of you guys have something to
Sure, yeah, just
say,
chime in.
Just chime in. Welcome. Hoo-ah. Excellent.
Go get 'em.
Yes.
Go get 'em.
Go get them. Okay, we'll see you often and hear you often on our team pages.